we're fighting for real change, not just for the hype of protesting, not just for the hype of being angry, not just the hype of saying that you did it, but for the real justice. Hi guys, it's me, Clarissa here on Clarissa Says, where Clarissa says it all, and that's how I feel. So we are back with another video. I want to make sure that you listen to this video. Watch this video to the very end. I only say in the beginning of my video to watch the video to the very end if I know for a fact that the entire video that I will be speaking about is just that important, okay? And this is one of those videos that this video is just that important, that every single word that I say out of my mouth needs to be heard by your subconscious and conscious mind, your ears, your soul, and your spirit. Seriously, especially if you are melanated, okay? We have been going through a revolutionary time. However, I do not want for those of us out there that is truly trying to make a difference to be distracted from the entire point of the Black Lives Matter movement, okay? Right now, people are out protesting. I say we because I also went out protesting as well. But people are going out protesting for George Floyd. People are going out there protesting for equality. People are going out there and protesting for prejudiceness in the justice system, and red line laws dropping and laws changing within the states, the cities, and the national laws that we have, statewide laws, and the United States of America laws that we currently have that are against African American people in the justice system and against us in conditioning through the media and everyday just reality, guys. However, I want for us to understand that in order for there to be change, real change, a lot have to change. Not just the reform of the police stations, not just disbanding the police officers, not just changing justice system laws, not just changing red line laws, not just, you know, those specific things that we are focusing on right now, but history, what is taught in the schools, the stories, his story that they put out there, the fake story that they put out in the history books, and what they teach us and kids and you know, young adults that are still going to college and still in high school and still in middle school and still in elementary school, what they teach you as the history of this land of America needs to change. They need to include what happened before Christopher Columbus came here, what existed on this land before Christopher Columbus came, because they say that when he came here he found Indians, which they call other terms and stuff like that, but truth be told, there were already full-on populations of cities and lives and, you know, existence that were not like how they say it, not to say savage, but basically they say that it's not modernized. They had their own civilization that was created. They had their own city, their own houses, their own water systems, how to cook, how to farm, all of that. They didn't need anybody from Spain, Britain, anywhere else to come over here to America and set anything up. They already had their own existence. So forgetting that history is forgetting the Black African American race, because there were Black people already here that they considered Indians. Just because you give somebody a name does not mean that that is who they are. You understand? There were already African Black people here on this American soil. from 1315 when the Pangea broke apart, and when everything was just one big whole. There was all races of one color, one of many colors, all races of one people. So when everything broke off, the same African people that were living on this land broke off, and it became the North America, United States, America, you know. And when they came over, they just saw us as unmodernized people due to what they claim as the way we're living. But if we don't really have any real proof as to how we were living. Now there is proof, but they don't talk about that in the history books. That's what needs to be talked about. What was before Christopher Columbus? Let's talk about how Christopher Columbus was the one who came over here with you know, the intentions of enslaving. Let's come over and talk about how all of the people on the dollar bills, I mean everybody, even you know, you got George Bush, every single person on every single dollar bill that you have, from $1 to 100 to whatever you want to call it, to even the $1,000 bill, every single dollar bill that we use for currency, those people, those faces own slaves. And the message goes a little bit deeper, because yes, we are now all modern day slaves, but we're talking about the specific race of African American melanated people. Melanated American people is what we're talking about. And I hate saying the term black people, because nobody's black, okay? But the black people that they consider in America, those faces on those dollars had slaves. So until all of that changes, we will not have true equality. Until they go in the history books and tell the full stories, talk about Rosewood in details, not just a little excerpt that they have in these history books. When they go back and talk about how Christopher Columbus came over here and destroyed everything, and not just talk about, oh yeah, the Pilgrims, the Indians helped the Pilgrims survive. No, tell the real story. Yes, the Pilgrims were going to die, and then the Indians decided to help, the Native Americans decide to help them and not perish. That's what's going to happen. If the Native American people never went and helped the people that came here, the settlers that came to America, America would be a completely different place. We would not have this conversation right now, because it would still be Native American people, black Native people that were here in America, African American, what you classify as African American, Native American people that were already here, that will be in accordance with their history, their culture, and the true ancestors, and the true, you know, history, the true history that really happened. Not just what they're telling you, not just what is being fabricated, not just what's being exaggerated, not just what's being pushed out to be the truth, when honestly there's a lot of gaps, myths, and lies within that truth to be called the truth. How is that possible? How can the truth contain lies and gaps and just fakery? Like, how is that possible? We need for those things to change. We need to push for all around change in the school system, change in conditioning, change in the media, what the media pushes out, change throughout all aspects of life. And until that happens, then we will always have this battle. Let's not get distracted by, okay, police brutality. Yes, police brutality is a problem. So what are we going to do to change it? And then once we understand what we are going to do to change it, protest for that. I'm going to protest to change this law. And we will not, no justice, no peace. So no peace until this law is changed. No peace until this is changed in the justice system. No peace until the books are changed. No peace until the real stories about our people and our culture comes out and is changed. No peace until they talk about how they went around in circles along the Mississippi River and made people think that they were going somewhere else when they were really still in America, really going around in circles in America. But yet we were not knowledgeable of the area, because they brought people over. People were not, traveling all over the United States, and if they were from the United States, they didn't go outside of their normal realm of their, you know, their civilization. They stay within their means. They stay within what they're used to. So now you're taking people from their homeland and telling them they're going somewhere completely different, when in all reality, you just took them across the road. You literally took them across the river, and they think they're somewhere different. Like, all of that history needs to come out for true understanding of our race. Okay, so I want to make sure that, again, we're fighting for real change, not just for the hype of protesting, not just for the hype of being angry, not just the hype of saying that you did it, but for the real justice of change, equality, and of course, understanding. And it would take for us to understand our past, our culture, what our ancestors truly went through, and disrespect that the American people, Caucasian people, and government in general has put upon us. And then to understand that we are so much greater than that. Because at the end of the day, that's the past. But you have to understand the past to be able to move forward with that knowledge and take your confidence as a person to the next level. A lot of our race is just stuck in a rut, going through the same things over and over and over again, called a generational curse. And we have to break. This is the year for us to break the generational curses. This is the time for those generational curses to be broken. And a lot of the times it's because of them not knowing the past that they've been through, not having the self-esteem, the understanding, or confidence to move forward past the same generational curse that the government has actually brought upon them. The slave, from this goes back to being enslaved. It's either you're a slave with the masters, to then be enslaved by the government. What's the difference? You're still being a slave to the government. The government is now the new masters, the new slave owners, correct? So get out of being enslaved, get out of generational curse, understand what it is that you're truly fighting for, protesting for, and truly make a difference. And that is what this video is for. I thank you guys so much for watching it. Please make sure you go ahead and subscribe, share, like below, leave your comments as well, and I will see you on my next video. If there's anything that I discussed in this video that really made you think about something, please put it in the comments down below. Engagement is key. Something that you may put into the comments, someone else may read, and it may make a world of a difference to that person or people. So just take the time out to watch it and make a comment and help others. Thank you so much for this video today, and I will see you guys later. Peace, love, tranquilities, and blessings. I'm out, guys. Bye.